officially now, and our special guest is Gillian Murphy with the Small Business Development Center of San Joaquin County, or San Joaquin College, or Delta College. See, there's a mouthful, and so I welcome.
Thank you very much. It's good to be here with you today.
Thank you for being here.
My pleasure.
Now, tell us what it is that you do. What is it that you're looking for, and who are you helping, and what can you expect?
Can we stay here for a whole day? And
you know what, as much as you like.
Okay, no. Okay. We're an organization that's actually part of the statewide organization, the Small Business Development Center, also known as SBDC. And so you'll find them throughout the nation, actually.
Correct.
And we can talk about that later. But our main goal and our main purpose for being is to work with people either in a small business or starting a small business. Our goal is to help businesses to be smart, to hopefully grow, and if they're experiencing difficulties, to figure out is there a way to get through that patch. And then also to work with a person who wants to start a business to see, is it the right idea? I often say, is it a good idea for this place, this time, and your resources?
Mm-hmm.
So working with that particular business, so it's a feasibility as, should I start this business? And hopefully, out of doing some kind of a plan, that person will make a good business decision.
How often does it happen that people they get excited about starting a new business, and because they might not have taken some of your resources and used that they've failed? Do you have any numbers on that?
No idea.
No idea.
No idea. But what we do know from studies that have taken place is that businesses that access some kind of assistance, whether it's the SBDC, whether it's SCORE, which is a group of retired persons who also provide free counseling, whether it's SCORE, whether it's a paid professional, business persons are those wanting to start a business that access some kind of outside resources tend, not always, tend to have a better success rate.
And I can see that can be absolutely the true fact. One of the things you mentioned is that this is not just for the startup.
Right.
And we have to reinforce, especially with changes economically and what's happening, this is a resource that people can use throughout their business. Right?
Absolutely.
Is that correct?
Absolutely.
Tell us about that.
Our goal ultimately is for a business person to be able to go and use the resources in the private sector, because we're really part of the public sector. But there are times when people aren't ready. It may be that they're not financially ready, but it also may be they're just not ready. And so maybe they don't know what they don't know, or they may want to put some ducks in a row in order to access the private sector. However, we've had clients that we've worked with over many years just because there are different resources we might bring to the table. So it might be a business that's seeking some financing.
Right.
We're going to sit down with that business owner and determine where that business owner may be able to access financing and what are the steps he or she will need to take in order to be ready. Now, I don't expect business people to fall down, but I often say, if you're going to fall down in front of us, where it's a confidential, closed place, and not in front of your banker. So be prepared.
That's a good advice there.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So our goal is to help that person be prepared, to be an extra set of eyes. You know, you may see something that you've been looking at for 5 years, and so you assume that you see what is there. But sometimes a person from the outside is going to see something different.
This is very true, and you need that. You need those resources.
And that's the opportunity, absolutely. So it may be in financing, it may be in marketing, it may be someone wants to venture into government contracting. Heck, you know, one of the things that we really need our business to consider, those that are in the right sectors, is to look at international trade. Trade beyond our borders. Now, ideally, trade beyond the U.S. borders, but trade beyond San Joaquin, trade beyond California, because all of that is going to help business grow.
Perfect. Now, you mentioned SCORE. Tell me a little bit about that.
SCORE is a group of generally retired men and women who provide counseling without charge, and they're called Counselors to America's Small Business.
And we mentoring?
And they will also be mentors. We have a SCORE chapter here in Stockton, and we have worked very successfully with SCORE for over 20 years. And so I think of them as our brothers and sisters in economic development.
I love it. That is wonderful. And that they come in with a lot of knowledge.
Exactly. And the great thing about SCORE is that every now and again a SCORE person may have a specific industry knowledge base or expertise that maybe our staff or consultants doesn't have or don't have. And so that's a nice way to be able to marry something for the person coming in the door, because for us is the person walking in the door, what are the best resources that we can either provide or help them access.
Perfect. Now, there's something else. You have an entrepreneurial type of contest. Is this an annual contest?
Yes, this is a fun one. Thank you for asking. It's the San Joaquin Entrepreneur Challenge, and it's there because of a lot of different organizations. San Joaquin Angels, University of the Pacific, at the Small Business Development Center, which, as you said, is part of San Joaquin Delta College.
Right.
But also with a lot of private sponsors, and we're working in conjunction with Stanislaus counties and Merced County. Stanislaus and Merced counties.
So the other counties are involved as well.
Yeah, and so it's a 3-county opportunity to actually win money. We have people all the time coming into us and saying, I need a government grant. And
Right.
we're telling them, you know, in 21 years of doing this, we've had 3 people who've received grants. One person because she won.
Really?
Yeah, one, she won a national competition.
Wow.
And 2, received small, basically buyout for workers' compensation.
I see.
So what you see on TV and what you read in some of the books,
Mm-hmm.
you know, just because it's in print or just because it's been said
not
doesn't mean
necessary.
it's true, right?
Right, exactly.
But this really is an opportunity for some quote-unquote free money. It doesn't mean there's no work associated with it.
Mm-hmm.
But the winner of this challenge, which the first round is a paper screening,
Mm-hmm.
and then it goes to 2 public challenges. So it's kind of like a American Idol style, where you make a presentation in
Right.
public, and
Mhm.
there's a group of judges, and the judge makes a judges make a decision, but the audience also votes.
Perfect.
It goes to 2 rounds. And so those, anyone can come to those. There's a small fee to come, but
Right.
we give you some food, so it's a good thing.
It's a good exchange.
Yeah, and also it's an opportunity if someone is interested in doing something like this in the future. So
Mhm.
even if you don't get to the deadline, which is is midnight on the 5th of February.
Mhm.
So even if people don't make the deadline for the 2012 challenge,
Right.
they can be thinking about preparing for 2013, because this is our 3rd annual, and we're going to stay doing this.
Well, that was my question. This is your 3rd annual.
Right.
So if someone's interested, you probably should plan at the end of the year, at least be ready and geared up to do something.
And even beforehand.
Or even
And-
beforehand.
Yeah, so right now they could go to sjchallenge.com,
Okay.
sjchallenge.com.
All right.
Get all the information, have a look at the application form that's now, and you know what? There are people out there that could just probably whip something together pretty quickly, because they've been already thinking about
That
it.
they've got it in the back burners, that they've been dreaming this, they have a plan written now.
Or they already have a prototype, or they
Excellent.
have a business idea,
Excellent.
or it's an add-on to an existing business.
That is great. So we challenge you to this. This is a
great.
wonderful.